Welcome to Inspire and Move, the show that inspires you to create, connect, and grow. I'm going to bring you meaningful conversations, aha moments, and all the motivation you need to up-level every part of your life. I'm Ali Aruda, founder of Inspire and Move, and your personal hype girl. I've gone from fashion school to celebrity stylist to corporate marketing to brick-and-mortar entrepreneurship with my husband, each time learning incredible lessons how to pivot, reimagine, and implement the steps to become successful. I'm passionate about inspiring others to live their best life, a life of joy. We have the power to design a life that we love, because life is too short not to. The best part is that you weren't meant to do this alone. If you feel like you are meant for more, let me ride shotgun with you, and together, let's get you to where you want to go. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Inspire and Move podcast. I am your host, Ali Aruda, and it is me, myself, and I today, a nice little quickie solo episode from the home studio, which I have actually never recorded with video mat in the cozy comfort of my own home. So here we go. There's the first time for everything. And what is on my heart and on my mind right now is I have just returned home from a little staycation in downtown Toronto with a bunch of my girlfriends and some new friends for the first ever inaugural, if you will, High Vibe Women Yacht Day Mastermind. So my two girlfriends, Kristina and Maria, they are the creators of High Vibe Women, an incredible online community. They run a big in-person event 2 times a year and a bunch of amazing smaller events and retreats and experiences, such as the Yacht Day Mastermind. And what this really reminded me of, and I am such a cheerleader for them. I am so proud of everything that they have done. And I should even give you even more context that the night before the Yacht Day Mastermind, a bunch of us were in the city to celebrate a milestone for them that we all thought we were just truly going there to be cheerleaders for these two incredible women, to cheer them on for whatever surprise they had up their sleeves. Something along the lines of a billboard in the busiest intersection of downtown Toronto. And we were all there to support them and celebrate them. Turns out, the real surprise was the fact that all of us were on the billboard. My first ever billboard. I think probably for all of us, it was our first ever billboard. And the excitement level was a 10 out of 10. Just the magneticism. Why can I not even say that word? Just magnetic. This is the gist I'm getting for. Everyone was just so magnetic in how they were celebrating one another and Kristina and Maria with what they have created. And just being able to be a part of that was so, so special. And then go and have a dinner, sit around a table, connect and collaborate after that. And being able to speak to your goals, your dreams, your wishes, all the things that you are working on, and having people be able to give you ideas, give you feedback, workshop something, share stories, share tips and tricks. There's just no gatekeeping. And that same energy rippled forward into the Yacht Day Mastermind. And that is what I wanted to kind of share with all of you. And if you listen to the show, if you watch this show, you know that I love talking about getting in the room and making intentional time and investments with yourself to grow yourself personally and professionally. And that is what experiences like this do. It allows you to stretch yourself and be in a completely different environment than you typically are. And one of the girls said, she's like, I actually have no plans for why I'm here right now. I just want to relax. I want to be outside of my work environment and the work that I do. And I just want to chill and be here for people and relax. And she was able to get so many downloads for her business by just being out of the day-to-day, out of the office, out of the content creation, and just being in that different environment. And I heard that from a few women that just felt like they could create different magic because they were doing something differently. So take this as a reminder to audit your schedule in a week, in a month, and maybe allow yourself an opportunity to create a different space for yourself. If you typically work at home, why don't you go to a co-working space? If you typically work at home, why don't you go to a coffee shop? If you typically work in an office, maybe you work at home, or maybe you book a staycation. Maybe you go to a cottage that's remote. If you're writing a book, just what can you do to take yourself out of that environment and be able to pour into yourself, pour into your business in a very different way? But also being around people that will cheer you on, that will allow you to workshop those ideas and chat through that crazy big dream, that crazy big vision that you have that might feel unattainable. But if you're around the right people, no dream is too big. Those stretch goals are totally doable. You're going to have to maybe take some messy action. You're going to have to take some uncomfortable action. But if you have those people in your corner to cheer you on, you can absolutely achieve it. And this is even some of the work that I am doing with these incredible women that I have the absolute pleasure of being able to coach and workshop ideas. So sometimes, guys, you actually do just need to make that investment and have that support system. So maybe it is investing in a coach, investing in mentorship. And again, if you follow me online, you listen to the show, you watch the show, you know, there's a couple of ways to work with me. We can work together one-on-one, or you can join us in the Mentor Collective Mastermind, where you get not only me and Matt, but you get so many incredible other coaches in their zones of genius, as well as Chris and Lori Harder, who are absolute legends, who I have learned so much from. And so many of us girls that were in the room on Tuesday and on the boat yesterday at the time of recording this, we actually all met in a Chris Harder mastermind room. And that was years ago. And we have maintained this wonderful friendship and support system for each other, being able to do big, cool things. And circling that right back to seeing my friends be on a billboard, including myself and some of these other girlfriends, and all get to celebrate that and do that together. What a great experience. And being able to have those conversations around a table over a nice meal. Maybe it's over a glass of wine. Maybe it's over a mocktail. And just being able to connect and celebrate one another. So I wanted to keep this short. This is what I have for you today. And just as that reminder and an invitation to look at your calendar, see how you can repurpose where you spend your time so that you can get out of the environment and create more space for yourself and your own expansion. And my other invitation is to invest in yourself, invest in your expansion by way of working with a coach, getting mentorship, getting in a mastermind, going to live events, and being able to be around that, because I know there are so many incredible things that we can be a part of online, but man, nothing compares to being in person. And I'm loving the conversations that I am seeing and hearing about more of that, you know, we had those years where you're told not to be around anyone. And then you have all this incredible stuff happening with the world of AI, but there is still so much opportunity that can come from the connections and the relationships that are made by being in person, and the magic that you just get to feed off of each other's energy. You can see the sparkle in their eyes. You can see the charisma on their face, and you can feel the energy that's radiating when you get that big idea and you're onto something and you're riffing on it and you're taking notes and you're inspired by what someone else said, or that's going to inspire a piece of content you want to make or a connection you want to make. That all comes when that energy is shared between someone or a collective group of people in person. So if you don't have any in-person events or experiences on your calendar for 2026, we are halfway through the year, my friends. It is time to get those things in your calendar. Buy the ticket, book the flight, call your girlfriends. I am so excited and getting ready to go to Scottsdale, Arizona in just a couple of weeks to go to my friend Lindsay's 10th Powerhouse Women event. It is amazing. This will be my 3rd year, but her 10th year of putting it on. We've got High Vibe Women in October. I'm working on a couple of intimate dinner experiences that I'm hosting here currently local in Burlington. We've got some US-based walks. These are all things that are so amazing to get on your calendar. Some are bigger investments, some are smaller investments, but it also is, you know, you get out what you put in. So maybe you're buying a $30 ticket to something, maybe it's $300, maybe it's $3,000. It doesn't always matter like what that investment is. It is what you are going to extract from it. You've got to do the work, you've got to show up with the energy, and you have to be intentional of how you're going to make those connections and how you are going to extract that ROI. That's not always necessarily going to come from that day of event. It might actually come weeks after, a year after, but you have to put in the work to create that magic. So again, that's what I have for you today. Thank you for being here. First ever solo episode at home in the cozy studio. And again, if you are in a season where you are craving mentorship, oh my gosh, I would love to help you, whether it's working one-on-one together, whether it's in person or online, Canada, US, I would love to connect with you. But if you feel like you benefit more from in-person energy and want to come to some events, let me know. Let's connect. I'll tell you where I'm going. I'll invite you to some of my friends' events. And we also have the Mentor Collective Mastermind, which is an amazing group of humans across Canada, US, Europe. And again, you get so much access to Chris and Lori Harder, myself and Matt, and a team of amazing coaches. And we would love to support you. So we'll have details in the show notes, how we can work together. Sending you so much love, so much gratitude. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching and listening. And we will see you again soon. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. If you loved this episode, it would mean so much to me if you took a few seconds and shared this on social media, sent it to a friend, or left a 5-star review. There is power in community, and I'm so grateful to have you part of mine.